The United States and Iran are reportedly hours away from signing a memorandum of understanding, with suggestions from the White House that the ink could dry as early as tomorrow. Yet outside this diplomatic window, the reality looks entirely different. Last night, U.S. forces intercepted and destroyed a wave of Iranian kamikaze drones. These were one-way weapons, launched with the specific intent of striking commercial vessels. The intercepts took place within the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow lane that serves as a vital artery for the world's energy trade. In response, the U.S. Navy has maintained a heavy presence in the area, enforcing a maritime blockade that has been active since April 13th. The scale of the enforcement is significant. American forces have already redirected 139 ships and used force to disable 9 non-compliant vessels. This creates a jarring contrast. If a signed agreement is sitting on the desk, why are these two nations still actively exchanging fire on the open ocean? The phased process begins on the bottom rung, the Memorandum of Understanding. Here, Iran needs the immediate lifting of sanctions and release of frozen assets. The U.S. uses its naval blockade as a physical counterweight, squeezing the relief Iran seeks. Every redirected ship serves as a reminder. The U.S. intends to maintain this economic pressure until the terms of the MOU are officially accepted. The ongoing maritime conflict isn't a sign of failed diplomacy, it is the physical enforcement of the negotiations' first stage. Once the MOU is settled, the negotiations move to the more difficult second stage, the future of Iran's nuclear materials. The U.S. position on this is firm. President Trump has stated that when the time is right, his administration intends to go in and secure what he described as the nuclear dust. Iran is launching these kamikaze drones drilled leverage against that specific threat. The narrow geography of the Strait of Hormuz is Iran's most effective bargaining chip, making shipping lanes highly vulnerable. By hitting commercial targets, Iran demonstrates it can single-handedly disrupt global trade if the U.S. pushes too hard on the nuclear issue. These drone strikes are not random. They are calculated signals sent to remind Washington of Iran's geographical leverage before the second stage of talks begins. This battle for leverage extends far beyond the Persian Gulf. It reaches into a complex network of regional conflicts. In the north, Iranian-backed Hezbollah forces continue to fire rockets into northern Israel. Israel has responded with sustained military operations, striking Hezbollah positions across southern Lebanon. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has maintained a firm stance, refusing to pull back while Iran continues to use proxy forces to target Israeli territory. Reaching a stable agreement involves untangling the massive, interconnected web of regional alliances that keep these borders in a state of constant friction. All of this violence is unfolding in the final hours before a deal is struck, while the documents are waiting for a signature. The drone strikes, the blockade, and the rocket fire are happening because of the peace deal, not in spite of it. In the final hours before a deadline, both nations use military force to secure every possible advantage before the final terms are set. In high-stakes diplomacy, the path to an agreement is rarely quiet. The final hours are often the most volatile, as nations use their military capabilities as their ultimate bargaining chips.